It's time to make anarchists who are toppling U.S. statues to pay with jail time. That's right, jail time. Aren't you tired of this criminal behavior? I know I am. This is not protected behavior under the First Amendment. Currently, the federal government, by not prosecuting these anarchists, is supporting a double standard of justice in the United States. Dispensation of adherence to the law for anarchists and the strict enforcement of law against normal U.S. citizens. If the law is meted out fairly, anarchists can get up to 10 years in jail for damaging federal property, for damaging a statue on federal property. Last night I watched as anarchists attempted to topple the statue of U.S. President and General Andrew Jackson on horseback that was erected in Lafayette Square, Washington, D.C. in 1853. The square was designated a national landmark in 1970 and is managed by the United States Park Service. The square and the statue are across from the White House. The park and statue are federal property. It is a crime to destroy federal property. 18 USC Section 1361, destruction of government property, protects any property of the United States or an agency or department thereof, or any property being manufactured or constructed for the United States or an agency or department thereof, from willful depredation or attempted depredation. Depredation means to plunder or lay waste to, prey upon, pillage, or ravage. Ravage is to cause severe and extensive damage to something. The definition of lay waste to is to cause very bad damage to something. This section prohibits actual physical damage or destruction of both real and personal property. The government must prove that the defendant acted willfully, that is, intentionally, with knowledge that he or she is violating a law. But the government is not required to prove that the defendant knew the property belonged to the government. The penalties for violations of this section are tied to the extent of the property damage. As amended on September 13, 1994, if the damage exceeds $100, the defendant is subject to a fine of up to $250,000, 10 years imprisonment, or both. Take a look at the anarchists in action. You can see that the defacement of the base of the statue is evident. The lines used to attempt to topple the statue from its base are evident. The anarchist pulling on the lines is evident. This is all on video. The perpetrators can be easily identified in the act of defacing and attempting to destroy federal property. Again, the property is federal property. A violation of 18 USC 1361 that would be easily prosecuted in a federal court. The result could be a 1 to 10 year jail sentence and or a fine of up to $100,000 to $250,000. I think it's time that the government prosecuted these individuals. They currently feel that they will not be touched for their crimes. They feel that they do not have to adhere to the law. That cannot continue. There cannot continue to be a double standard that gives anarchists dispensation from following the law, but which would prosecute a normal citizen for such acts. Well, I hope this helps. Have a good day.